I've been talking to you guys recently about how you need to look at the energetic thing behind the physical thing that's happening to you. And I just had a session with Paula and we were working on something similar to that. And I wanted to share this example of how your emotions and the energies and the physical attributes all like go together. Okay, so back in 2020, I had an office job that I was lucky enough to be able to do at home when quarantine started to happen, when lockdown started to happen. But then on TikTok, I was also fortunate enough that someone had mentioned they had a past life session with me, and all of a sudden, people wanted past life sessions with me. And before TikTok happened, I was maybe doing one past life session every like 1 to 2 months because it was word of mouth and it was basically on the Book of Faces. I didn't really advertise. I never really have advertised. I've just kind of like talked about my sessions or someone else, recommended me. So at the time, a lot of people were wanting past life sessions with me. And it was making me really emotional because I was like, am I supposed to do this for a career? But when it's new, you don't want to be stupid. You don't want to like shoot yourself in the foot and then quit your job for something that you don't know if people are going to be interested or not. And then I also had like my birth family in my ear going, yeah, during lockdown, people want to heal, but when that's over, they're not going to want to. And who's going to want to do, past life session stuff over the phone? Don't they want to be sitting in front of you? And nobody likes energy work unless it's physically up to like in on their body with you touching them. Like all this yik yak paddywhack in my ear. So it made me up in my head because I hadn't learned how to kick those voices off of my spirit team and be like, you are not right for me. You are not encouraging. Go away. Anyway. So I had that happening, and then I wanted to make sure I had enough time and energy for my physical office job to get the work done that I needed to do, that they were paying me to do. And I was going through this like emotional turmoil of it. Well, my hip was hurting. My right hip was hurting really badly. And right hip on your physical body equals flexibility and moving forward. And I was having issues with finding my balance, finding flexibility and moving forward. So I knew that that was connected to this energy of not knowing what I wanted to do. Did I want to go with my, this career or that career, or like what do I need to do? Well, there was a physical attribute that was making my hip hurt. So if I wasn't into energy and stuff, I would know that my hip was hurting because, again, it was just the beginning of lockdown. We had rehomed or taken in 2 cats, and I had a baby that was a crawling baby, like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, something like that. 2018, 2-year-old. So crawling, walking toddler. Anyway, but these cats, I wanted their cat food in a different room. And so I put a baby gate up so that the cats could get to the cat food and to their litter box, which was in the other bathroom. But I didn't want my baby going and playing with the cat food in the litter box. So I put up a baby gate, but these 2 cats wouldn't fucking jump. They weren't jumping cats. So I was like, well, damn. So then I had to lift the baby gate up, but not high enough to where my child could get under there, but just tall enough for the cats to get under there. But in order to do that, with it being stable, I had to put a box underneath it. So every time I went into the kitchen, instead of taking everything down, I was climbing over the box and the fence and all the things. So the physical attributes of it hurting my hip was me stepping over this fucking box and gate and all this stuff, all this clutter in my way. Once I figured out what was happening to me emotionally with the job thing and the past life sessions, and figuring out how to do both and fit them in, figuring out a schedule, figuring out I could sit an hour each night and schedule people in my little physical, like I got myself a planner And I was checking DMs and stuff at that time, like private messages, and that's how I would schedule people. They would request a session, and I would say, I have an availability on this day at this time, and I'd pencil them in my physical book. And then when they would confirm, I would take the little like sticker thing off and I'd put them in pin. And then I would contact them before the session via, like, if it was Book of Faces or whatever. That's another reason why I don't do private messages anymore. That was a lot. So anyway, once I figured that out, I was then able, once I figured out why, like how to do both, how to get a planner, how to figure out a schedule, how to do the things, I was then able to figure out the thing that was happening with my hip, the physical part. And I took the baby gate and I cut a cat-size hole in it so that I wasn't stepping up and over all that clutter. It was just one little like gate, and it didn't hurt my hip anymore. Everything was evened out. Everything was good. I hope that wasn't too long-winded of a story, but that's how you can tell what is happening in your physical world. What's the energy behind it? Why are things set up the way they are? Everything has a meaning. Once you figure out one thing, you can fix the other thing. Even if you're dealing with something that's like, even if you're dealing with a door that can't open unless you jiggle it 3 times and you're like, I'll just put up with it, whatever. When you heal the thing that door handle is connected to, it'll either fix the door or you'll finally fix the handle. But it's an emotional thing connected to you. Okay. All right, bye.